Good afternoon. My name is Nayoka Lynn, and happy Thursday. So, over the past week, I guess I've been noticing a repetition of things. And of course, when I see this, the first thing I do is I go inward. I get still. It's my meditation. The way I meditate is I get still. I relax my entire body. And I start from my feet. You'd be surprised how much tension you hold in your body when you think you're relaxing. I start with my feet and I work myself up until I am totally relaxed. And what do I do when I'm there? I observe my thoughts. I don't judge them. I just observe them. Because more times than not, whatever's troubling you, whatever things are needing attention will surface. You'll think about them because everything starts with a thought. So, that being said, I started noticing things happening over and over again. So, one of the things I noticed was people claiming that they have a disease or some type of illness because it was inevitable. It was in their family genes. That's what I'm told. It's in our DNA. You know, my mom had this, and my grandmother and my uncle, and their parents had it. You know, it was just absolutely inevitable that I was going to get it. Mm-hmm. Or, well, yeah, you know, he acts just like so and so in our family, and he just acts just like me. He walks like him, he talks like him. Well, of course he does. Look, and this is a strong message to all you young parents out there. Do yourself a favor. Examine your beliefs, your behaviors, how you handle things, because I promise you, your children are paying very close attention. And when you're talking about them and you think they don't hear you, they hear you. Yeah. So, yeah, I sat back and I was listening to some folks talk, and this is what they were saying, you know, that it was inevitable. They just knew they'd end up with something because certain ones in their family had it. And then I started watching the little kid videos, the baby videos. I love them. It's a way for me to unwind, get a little chuckle. I love babies. So I was watching this one video where the toddler would be following behind the adult, mimicking the way they walk. And it was just hilarious. It really was hilarious. I saw this one little toddler following her grandmother around. Her grandmother was kind of bent over and walked with a limp. And the toddler started walking just like that, okay? Don't you know that when we're growing up in a family, we pick up their habits, their eating habits, their thinking habits, the way they handle situations. We pick that up. It's automatic. Now, we can't blame them because you chose your parents before you got here. I'm just putting that out there. But yeah, so we mimic what's around us, and that affects our DNA, our environment, our behaviors, our beliefs, our emotions. Yeah, it's in our DNA. Now, I remember my biological father passed at a very young age. I think he was 55. I could be mistaken. I was petrified. I was petrified that I was going to have a heart attack at a young age because back then, you know, you hear people talk about how, yeah, it's in the family, and then when you start discovering that, oh yeah, on your father's side of the family, yeah, they all drop dead from heart attacks. What the hell? I'm thinking I'm doomed. Then on my mom's side, the only thing that I can recall back then on my mom's side was cancer, and I'm thinking, I am doomed. I believed it for a little bit. And then I started having panic attacks. I was always scared something was going to happen. And I mean, bad panic attacks, really bad, where Twice, I believe, I was hospitalized. One was just overnight. The other was for a couple days. Yeah. But anyway, so yes, there can be things in our DNA that can affect us. And unless we change things, it just might get us. It might not. But if we don't change our behaviors and our beliefs, chances are we got a good shot at getting something, huh? If your family ate a poor diet, a lot of seed oils and fried food and a lot of pork and just a lot of sugary sweets, if you're, soda, some people call it pop, some people call it cold drinks. If you're in a family that did a lot of this, well, yeah, chances are, those eating habits get passed on. Chances are you're going to get something. If you held animosity, parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles, they talk stuff around little kids, They don't think the kids are listening. The kids are listening. They talk stuff. Oh, so-and-so this and so-and-so that, and I'm going to get them, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Don't you know? Those children are listening. Yeah. Those behaviors are not serving you, and they certainly will not serve your child when your child gets to be a young adult and an adult. So yeah, all those kind of things can be passed on in our DNA. I recall one afternoon, my cousin and I were sitting and we were watching my oldest boy, and the way he used to rub his eyes and the way he used to walk, he used to have a little jump in his walk when he would walk. And his father used to do the same thing. Now, he was not raised with his father. Mm-mm. And we thought it was just so funny how he did the same things. So yes, like I said, a lot of things in our DNA. So how can we change that? Well, honestly, I used to panic. I panicked because I thought because my natural father passed away from a heart attack, I was going to. I started having same behaviors as different family members, and I had to take a good look at myself. Yeah. I remember when my oldest was 2 years old, I was in my early 20s, and I was just really upset and stressed about a few things. And he started fussing, and I yelled at him. At a 2-year-old, I yelled at him, shut up. And I'm thinking, oh my God. And he cried and he cried and he cried. And I knew right then that I had to do something, because I did not want to be the very thing that I hated growing up. So I had to make a choice. It's been a long road. It's been a long road of undoing things, but it's okay. It was worth it. Yeah, I can say that now. I didn't think so, not so much, when I was going through things, and I will never forget being told this is the way you've got to go. This is the way you must go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I did. And I went through a lot of stuff, a lot of pain. But I turned that pain around. How did I do that? I addressed it. Look, you've got issues with relationships. You've got issues with health. You've got issues with just friendships or whatever. Stop and examine yourself. Stop. Look, I'm not telling you to take weeks on end to brood about it. No. Are there behaviors? Do you have fears that keep popping up? They just keep popping up. And no, I can't do that. And oh, this might happen if I do that. And you know what they say. Who the hell is they anyway? I'm so sick of hearing, you know what they say, they don't want you to know. And they, who the hell is they? They do not rule you. You know who rules you? You rule you. How? With your thoughts and your beliefs. Your beliefs become thoughts that you continually think about. Continually think about, and it becomes true for you. Yeah. Now, if you grew up, say, in a single parent family, okay? So say you grew up with your mom. Your mom worked hard, and she was abused over and over by men. You're going to have an attitude about men. You are definitely not going to trust men. Correct? You're going to have a little attitude about that. Or if you're a boy and you grew up in a family where your father was abusive, had no respect for women, I could almost guarantee you won't. Yeah. I know of somebody who's, I guess, in their early 60s, who grew up with a man who had no respect for women, used women for gain and pleasure. And so does he, till this day. Yeah. So, yes, we pick up things. We don't have to keep them. Examine your diet. Is your diet good for you? Look, I'm not going to be like a horrible, going to throw a monkey wrench in your dinner plate. But there are certain things that are not beneficial to you. If you're eating a lot of pork, fried food, dense, heavy, acidic food, if you're eating that kind of diet, your body's going to get sick. Well, my family's been eating this forever. This is what I like. Okay. You make the choice. Or you have relationship problems. Take a look around. What did I grow up with? What made me think this? Why am I having relationship problems? How did I attract this? Because I promise you, look, these beliefs that you've picked up since you were a little kid, they sit in there. They sit in there. Everything has a vibration. You give off a frequency. I've said this time and time and time again. Our beliefs are encoded in us, and we give off that frequency. So the very thing you're putting out there, you're attracting back to you. So if you have opinions about, say, men being trusted, you're going to attract the same kind of thing over and over and over again until you learn that lesson. Yes. Yeah, it's in your DNA. You can change your DNA. How do I change my DNA? By changing your thoughts, your thought patterns, your beliefs. Examine your beliefs. It's so important. I've been examining one that popped up here lately. I surely have. And I thought, okay, okay, we see you. And look, when things pop up like this, I don't beat myself up. Don't beat yourself up. Your emotions, things going on in your body, all that kind of stuff, what keeps showing up in your life, when it presents itself to you, these are opportunities. These are little signals on your road, that little road map with little signs saying, course correct, course correct, danger, danger. Yeah, these things show up for a reason, for you, so that you can address them. Because you knew before you got here that it was going to be like this, and you were so sure that you could do it, and you can do it. You can do it. You absolutely can. Now look, you had parents, grandparents. I was raised by both. If you've had them and they did the best they could, don't be mad at them. Like I say, you chose your parents before you got here. You chose what gender you would be. You chose everything, where you would be born, the body you would have. You chose it. Yeah, I know that's kind of hard to chew on, but chew on it. Ask. Look, I keep saying we all have a spirit team. We do. We all have a spirit team. We all have a piece of the divine in us. God lives in us, through us. God lives in us and through us for the experience. But we all have a spirit team. We have guides. We have guidance along. We're not alone. You're never alone. You are never alone. You have all kind of things around you at all times. You just can't see because you're not on the same frequency. Some of us can see. Others cannot. But you will if you want to. So, you're not alone. So ask for help. Yes, sit there. I mean, don't have a mental breakdown. And if you are, that's okay. It'll be all right. Process it. Say, look, I need some help here. I need some help here with this or this. I need clarity on this. I need to see this for what it really is. Please help me with this. Now go get busy about something that makes you happy. Don't sit there waiting for your answer. No, it'll show. It'll show. Get on the right frequency. You've got to get on the right frequency. And how do you do that? By getting happy. By doing things you love. By following your passion. Yes. It's all really a great design. It really is. It's a great design if you think about it. We're given help all the way around. So yes, you can change your DNA. Examine your beliefs. Do you have a belief that because your family lineage has a certain disease that shows up every generation, do you believe that you have to get that? You don't. You can change your DNA. Start examining your thoughts and your belief system. That's how it changes. You can change your DNA. Start getting happy. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Yeah. You don't have to have a bunch of money to enjoy your life. You can live in a tent on a lake and be perfectly content. It's all what makes you happy. Yeah. Some people aren't happy with a whole bunch of money. Some people aren't happy being poor. Some people aren't happy, period. You've got to get happy about something. It's not a quick fix now. Nothing for a quick fix. There's no quick fix. I can promise you there's no quick fix. So sit still. Try it. Try it. Sit still. Put your feet up. Relax your feet. Breathe. Just breathe normal. If you want to take deeper breaths, that's fine. But I just want you to focus on your feet. Relax your feet. Work your way up your ankles, your legs, your thighs, your midsection. Just totally relax yourself and see what thoughts come up. Observe them. Don't judge them. Observe them. And then just sit there still and quiet. You'd be surprised what you hear. Yeah. It's a good thing. When examining certain diets, and I saw how it affected certain folks in my life, it made me think, is this good for me? Is that good for me? So I had to examine. When I was diagnosed with MS, I did my research. First thing they do after all your tests and stuff, and they tell you, oh, you've got this, you've got that, you've got this, you've got that. First thing they do, they write that prescription. That prescription pad comes out, He started rattling all kind of things, and I thought, oh. Everything inside of me said, run. I thanked him for his time, and I went home, and I did my research. And oh, what I found. My diet was making me sick. So I had to make a choice. Do I keep doing this because this is the way we eat? I've done this all my life. Or do I make a choice? Well, if I change the way I eat, I'll feel better. And I did, and I do. I don't have MS any longer, not for years now. I don't have fibromyalgia anymore. I don't have IBS anymore. I don't have acid reflux anymore. I did my research. I changed my beliefs. I changed the way I did things so that I could feel better. Yeah. So, okay, I don't want to beat this down. You can change your DNA. You don't have to have what the folks in your family have. You don't have to die of the same things that your folks in your family have died from. That alone will just strip you of all the joy in your life, having that pending doom hanging over you like a big fat cloud. No. Push it away. Tell yourself, I don't have to die from that. I can change my behaviors. I can change the way I do things. That's what changes your DNA, your belief system, your environment. Are you in a chaotic environment? It's not good for anybody. Remove yourself from a chaotic environment. Yeah. Are you causing the chaos? If you are causing the chaos, examine your behaviors. Your behaviors stem from what you believe, your fears, your beliefs. All right. I don't want to beat it down. So yeah, you can change your DNA. You sure can. You sure can. All right. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Nayoka Lynn. Namaste.